Good day, class. This is again your teacher, Ma Maria Corazon A. Mendoza, and I'm here to discuss to you the third quarter, Module 2, Recognizing Propaganda Techniques. Let me read to you the objectives of this module. This module provides varied activities that will help you recognize the propaganda techniques. At the end of this module, you're expected to develop an awareness of how propaganda is used in everyday life, identify the propaganda techniques through given situations, and demonstrate the use of propaganda techniques in promoting various products. Let us start this lesson by having a recall or a review of our past lesson, which is about bias. As you have learned on the first module of quarter 3, bias is evident in statements that reflect partiality, preference, or prejudice for or against a person, object, organization, or idea. So if an author favors one side over the other or judges someone without stating facts, he or she has bias. Okay, let me read the directions. Identify bias statement. Put a check mark before the number if the statement is biased and cross mark if it is unbiased. Write your answers on a separate answer sheet. So this time you will no longer write your answer. You're just going to answer with me as we go through what's in. Let's read number 1. Pretty people are lazy. If your answer is check, then you are correct. Pretty people are lazy is an example of a bias statement. Next, number 2, the research shows that the stock market has risen a larger percentage during summer than during winter. What is your answer? The answer in number 2 is cross, because this statement is not biased. Number 3, he is the best person for the job. Will it be a check or a cross? If your answer in number 3 is check, then you are correct. This sentence is biased. Now let's move on to number 4. The survey shows that the elderly are our biggest customers. What is your answer? If your answer in number 4 is a cross mark, then you are correct. This sentence is not biased. Now, let's go to the last number, 5. People who are good at math are brainy. What is your answer? The correct answer in number 5 is cross mark. This sentence is biased. So class, I hope you got a perfect score in this part when you answered with me. If you answered all 5 of them, it means that you already mastered the lesson on module number 1. Well, if not, you can still go back to the module, or you may actually chat me if you have any questions. Now let's move on to our lesson in module number 2. To prepare you to our discussion, I have actually copied what's new from our module. This will be part of the discussion, and I will be giving you some examples. Directions. Describe an interesting advertisement you have read or watched by answering the following questions below. So we have 5 questions here. 1. What is the name of the product, brand, and or organization that is trying to sell something? 2. Are there any attention-grabbing and or persuasive words? If so, what are they? 3. What audience is this advertisement trying to reach? Who are they trying to sell this to? 4. What kind of opinion or action are they hoping to get from the readers or viewers? Number 5, would you buy this product? Why or why not? Now let me show you my answer. My answer in number 1, what is the name of the product, brand, and or organization that is trying to sell something? So I chose the product of Bounty Fresh Chicken, which is Chooks to Go. We all know Chooks to Go is lechon manok. And their tagline for the advertisement is masarap kahit walang sauce. Question number 2, are there any attention-grabbing and or persuasive words? If so, what are they? My answer, yes. There are attention-grabbing or persuasive words. And what are they? My answer is masarap kahit walang sauce. Question number 3, what audience is this advertisement trying to reach? Who are they trying to sell this to? My answer, people who loves to eat, or maybe a family who loves to eat together, and people who want to try something new. Remember, our traditional lechon manok usually goes with a sauce. You even actually buy or pay extra to get that sauce. Okay, but Chooks to Go presented something that is outside the box, meaning it is not traditional. So people will be kind of intrigued as to how this chicken will taste. Question number 4, what kind of opinion or action are they hoping to get from readers or viewers? My answer, Chooks to Go's flavor is enough to satisfy the Filipino taste buds. So this is what the advertisement is trying to tell the people, that they don't need sauce to have a very good tasting lechon manok. Okay? So the advertisement or the people behind the advertisement believe that Filipino people or the people will be intrigued by the no sauce chicken. Question number 5, would you buy this product? Why or why not? My answer, I would absolutely buy this product because I want to try what the chicken tastes like even without the sauce. Okay, in the previous activity, I hope you already have an idea as far as how this lesson will go. The title of our lesson is Recognizing Propaganda Techniques. Now let us first define what propaganda is. What is a propaganda? Propaganda is a mode of communication used to promote and influence a cause or certain view. Meaning, the people who make propaganda already have a side. They already have an opinion about something and they want to promote that opinion. Next, it is a collection of messages aimed at influencing the views of people, not giving the opponents any chance to rebut the concept. Like what I have said earlier, the people behind the propaganda will actually have this want of influencing other people about their opinions and view. And since this is their propaganda, the opposition or the opponents do not have a chance to rebut the concept. Okay? Meaning, the people listening or the people viewing the advertisement will only see one side of the coin. Next, it is mostly focused on spreading ideas to manipulate the behavior of many instead of telling them the truth. So another keyword here or keywords here would be to manipulate the behavior. So after showing the advertisement, this advertisement will actually have an effect on the people who watched it or who actually saw the the advertisement, and that will make them do something. Meaning, the behavior will be manipulated. How? For example, the people will be wanting to buy a certain product because of the advertisement. Or maybe the people will hate a certain product because of the advertisement. Okay, I hope you get what I'm saying. Now let's move on to the next part. Moreover, it has taken the form of art, speeches, music, and films over the years, but it is not limited to these means of communication. So, meaning propaganda is actually everywhere. It is all around you, my dear students. So, propaganda can be also found in news, journalism, religion, public relations, education, and even in our daily conversation and in all aspects of daily life. In short, class, propaganda is all around us. It is mostly present in politics and government, business, and in many forms of entertainment, including TV shows, video games, and social media like Facebook and YouTube. So, why is it important that you, our students, learn about propaganda? As a student, you need to know about propaganda because you will be able to judge whether the situation is controlling you or influencing you to believe something that is not rational or logical. So, knowing what propaganda techniques are, it will help you make sound and wise decisions in your life. Let me give you some examples of propaganda. Sample of propaganda in music. So in 1985, various artists in the United States collaborated to help ease the pain of poverty in Africa and in the US. So if you're familiar with We Are the World, okay, that song was written by Michael Jackson and Lionel Richie. And famous artists actually sang that song. They had this organization, USA for Africa, in which they actually raised money. So this is kind of propaganda that is helping other people or influencing other people to donate to help ease the poverty in some parts of our world. My next example is a propaganda in speeches. But before we go there, let me show you first some screenshots, or let me share to you the story about a post which went viral on the internet about a Grab food delivery rider who was actually halted or stopped by the barangay officials and prevented him from delivering the lugaw or porridge or congee as other people call it, saying that lugaw is not essential. So here, as you can see in your screen, this is the like the lines of the barangay personnel. Bawal na po kasi ang tambay, sir. Bakit may grab pa kasi? Para sa private establishments, essential goods and services. Essential po ba si lugaw? Ang essential, tubig, gatas, groceries, the barangay personnel said. So in relation to this incident, let me show you the next page. Okay. So I want you to look at the picture with the speech or with the utterance. Tama yung sinabi niya. Sabi niya kasi non-essential si lugaw. Hindi talaga essential si lugaw. Pero kung sinabi niya essential ang lugaw, yun, tama yun. Ang lugaw. Pero si lugaw ang binanggit niya. Non-essential talaga yun sa paningin namin. It was actually authored by Under Secretary Epimaco Densing III, which is under the DILG on March 31st, 2021. This was said during an interview on 1PH sa Totoo Lang. Okay, so he said this in relation to the viral video or the Lugaw issue. Let's move on and let me explain some more. Based on his utterance, Undersecretary Densing is obviously referring to Lenny Robredo, who has a moniker of being called Lugaw in a negative way. So this is a propaganda in speech because USEC may influence others through his opinion about the Lugaw incident and even beyond it, which will be about Lenny Robredo. Okay, this is my next example of propaganda in daily conversation. I hope you already have an idea what propaganda is. So this is the scenario or the situation. Your teacher tells you that your grade level will have an educational trip next month. Of course, you want to join the event. So you went home, you talked to your parents about this, and tell them about the benefits. Meaning you will tell them the good things of you joining the field trip. You will assure your parents that you will be safe and just enjoy the day with your friends and classmates. You might say that you really want to have a good time away from school. You will say the good things about it, so you will be given the permission to join. Okay? I think you can relate to this somehow, that if you want something, okay, you will tell your friend or maybe your parents something good about this so that you will have a favorable response. And let me show you my last example. Okay, this is the sample propaganda in daily conversation. This is the same technique, class, that you use, for instance, when you want your parents to buy you a new phone, or a new bag, or maybe a pair of shoes, or maybe a concert ticket of your favorite group. So, what will you do? You will actually have this speech, okay, or utterance of the good things to influence or to make your parents say yes to you. Okay, so you tend to say things that will make them say yes. So maybe as simple as wanting to eat at McDonald's. Okay, you will tell them what good things that you really want to try it. You heard that K burgers really taste good. So you will actually quote and you will say great things about the thing that you want. I hope you get what I mean. Okay? Now, let's discuss the three types of propaganda techniques. Here are the different kinds of propaganda techniques. There are actually three. And these techniques are used in advertisements to persuade people to buy the products, meaning these techniques are used in commercials, the ones we see on TV. Or if you're not fond of watching TV, there is the radio. Radios also show advertisements, and even on YouTube and maybe Facebook, they actually show ads, okay, or advertisement. And these advertisement actually carry a propaganda with them in order that you, the viewer or the watcher, will be kind of convinced to buy their product. So the following are the three types of propaganda techniques used in advertising. 1. Name calling, stereotyping, labeling. 2. Glittering generalities or virtue words. And 3. Transfer. So let me discuss one by one. Number 1 is name calling, stereotyping, and labeling. It gives a negative symbol or bad label to establish an unfavorable opinion or hatred to a person or idea. Meaning, class, when you see this advertisement or this propaganda, it will make you hate the other person or the idea, because the propaganda is actually made that way. You will just believe that thing even if you don't examine what it really means. For example, commie. This is a term used to call the communists, fascist, pig, yuppie, terrorist, racist. So these are the terms that we label, that can be used rather to label other people. And when you are labeled the following, okay, it is kind of negative. So it will make other people hate you or hate the other person. So another example for name calling, stereotyping, labeling, when someone argues with you, but the person cannot give logical reasons and calls you loser in front of other people instead. Remember, when we actually argue or debate, it is advisable that you actually argue or say the ideas. Okay? You attack the idea. You counter attack the other person's idea. But what happens sometimes is that name calling happens. Okay? You attack the person and not the idea. Okay? So that is an example of name calling propaganda. Let's move on to number 2, glittering generalities or virtue words. This is the opposite of name calling. Remember, in number 1, name calling is negative. So this one, class, it is positive. So this propaganda device uses emotionally appealing, vague, broad words or statements to generate positive feelings in the minds of the masses, which they associate with the product. The words used are highly valued concepts that will connect with the audience's beliefs and values, and they carry conviction without supporting information or reason. It links a person or idea to a positive symbol. So here are some examples: democracy, patriotism, family values, freedom, justice, glory. So when you see, I want you to look at this picture. It says life is better with pets. Okay? So in this advertisement example, it shows a positive feeling towards having a pet. Living with pets make you live longer and makes your life healthier. So you get what I mean, class? This virtue words or this glittering generalities will actually make you feel good. It will appeal to your emotions. Okay? So that you will be convinced that this is true. Or meaning you don't think twice about this, you will just probably believe it right away because it actually appeals to your emotions or feelings. Okay, another example. Let me give you an example of number 2. I want you to look at this picture. This is a recent ad of Smart in collaboration with a Korean group. So I want you to look at the messages on the picture. It says, keep inspiring, keep chasing your passion, keep living your purpose, keep moving, keep learning, and keep connecting. Okay? So these are actually what? Um, Positive feelings. These are inspirations to people. So meaning, this advertisement is using glittering generalities to convince the other people to do the same. Meaning to be inspired, to keep moving, to live the purpose, and of course to buy their product. Okay? Now let's move on to the third. Number 3, transfer. It employs the use of symbols, quotations, images of people of famous people, sorry, to impart an idea or claim that carries respect, authority, sanction to make it look more acceptable. Religious and patriotic images are commonly used in this propaganda technique. So, this is an example. Maybe you have seen one or two of these on the internet. It says, the one said by Jackie Chan. President Rodrigo Duterte has been an exemplary president. He gives great care to his people and puts the people first before others. I wish every nation's leader is just like him. What a very good president. But we all know that Jackie Chan did not say this. So this is just fake news. But I hope you get what I'm saying. This advertisement or this photo with a quotation is telling people that even Jackie Chan, who is not a Filipino, loves President Duterte. And therefore, a person without critical thinking, a person who will not look at other evidences, okay, will believe that, the president is really admirable, etc. Okay? Because of these kinds of um, quotations. And I think three more other people are in our picture, but I will not read them anymore. But I hope you get what I'm saying. Okay? So, transfer uses quotation symbols and images of famous people to look what? To make it look more acceptable. So, let us move on to, let me explain more about transfer. Okay, so to discuss more, class, I want you to look at the following. It says church, nation, flag waving, university seal, medication association symbol, science. Okay, so these are the symbols that advertisements use to make it look more acceptable or has authority. For example, the advertisement or the commercial of toothpaste. Okay? So they will show you the symbol or the logo of Philippine Dental Association. Okay? Meaning they will associate their product to an authority so that their product looks more what? Credible, acceptable, and that people will be convinced to buy it. Okay? So look at the picture. This advertisement uses a symbol by displaying a woman who wears baro at saya, a traditional dress ensemble worn by women in the Philippines to persuade the buyers to buy their own products. I hope you get what I mean. And if you have any questions, please chat me in the chat box. Okay, since the discussion is over, let us have a recall. 1. What is a propaganda? A. It is designed to persuade. B. It is a mode of communication used to promote and influence a cause or a certain view. C. It is aimed to influence the views of people and not to give the opponents any chance to refute the concept. Or D. All of the above. The answer here is letter D. Propaganda means all of these, the A, B, and C. Okay? Now, let's move on to number 2. If you try to turn people against another person by calling that person a loser, what propaganda technique are you using? The answer is B, name calling. 3. What type of propaganda uses symbols, quotations, and images of famous people to impart an idea or claim that carries respect, authority, and sanction to make it look more acceptable? We just discussed this. So this is letter C, transfer. Let's go to number 4. Okay, number 4. Things go better with Walmart. What type of propaganda technique is being used in this advertisement? A. Glittering generalities. B. Name calling. C. Transfer. Remember, glittering generalities, it will tell you the good things. Okay? Name calling is negative. Okay, glittering generalities is the answer, so letter A. 5. What type of propaganda technique uses negative words, feelings, or symbols against an idea, product, or person? So what is your answer? It uses negative words. So the answer is letter B, name calling. Let's move on to number 6. 6. The following words are associated or the following are the words associated with glittering generalities except A, dignity, B, nation, and C, peace. What is your answer? Okay, the answer in number 6 is letter B, as in boy, nation. Because nation is more of a transfer. Okay, nation is a term that we use to show what? Nationality, about our country, while dignity and peace are virtues. Okay, these are the good words. Okay, number 7. What type of propaganda technique is used to generate positive feelings in the minds of the masses, which they associate with the product? Again, positive feelings. What is this? Letter A, glittering generalities. Number 8, Carla Baron has a dry skin. She wants to achieve a healthy skin, so she uses aloe B products to achieve it. What type of propaganda technique is being used in the advertisement? What do you think? It is letter C. Why letter C? Because this advertisement uses science. Okay, it uses science to promote the product. Now, number 9, religious and patriotic images are commonly used in this propaganda technique. What is your answer? It is transfer. Okay, number 10, my opponent is a pig who only cares for only himself. This statement is an example of what propaganda technique? A, glittering generalities, B, name calling, or C, transfer. Of course, the answer is letter B. Okay? Because the person actually called the other person a pig. Okay, number 11. The following words are associated with transfer except church, terrorist, university seal. What is your answer? The answer is letter B. Because terrorist is more of name calling. Okay, church is more of transfer. 12. A soft drink commercial that has a slogan, the choice of the new generation, is an example of blank. Glittering generalities, name calling, and transfer. So what do you think? It is letter A. Glittering generalities. Number 13, the speaker and TV commercial criticizes another person or product with little reason or evidence. The answer in number 13 is letter B, name calling. 14, television advertisement. Get all of your stains out by using new and improved ultra white detergent and wash your blues away. This is an example of what? 14, glittering generalities, because it tells you good things about it. Positive things. Okay, just like what we see in number 14. Number 15, in a magazine advertisement, 4 out of 5 doctors recommend using 3 glasses of milk per day to stay healthy and strong. This is an example of what propaganda technique? Letter C, because they actually use the authority of the doctor. Okay, now that would be the end of the discussion and of the review. And if you have any questions, like I said, just chat me in the GC so I can answer you. So here are the things that you need to answer. Let me discuss to you on the next page. So please answer the following: independent activity 1, 2, and 3, independent assessment 1 and 2, and what I can do. In what I can do, there are 10 examples, or 10 questions rather, you're only going to choose 5. Okay? And also please do the assessment. Okay, that would be all. Thank you for listening. Have a good day, class.